So then it's even more sinister when you think about who a lot of times the marketing of these types of programs is towards. It's to people who haven't gone to college, who are stay-at-home moms, who lost a job and need a side hustle. So you're marketing to people who are particularly vulnerable, who need money, desperately, getting them through a program saying, I'm not gonna make any claims because they have a legal team, right? They have a legal team. They're saying, become an entrepreneur, do this stuff. And all you're doing is making them more rich while you're not actually building anything for yourself. Welcome to the Her First podcast, a platform to help online business owners, coaches, and creators gain the confidence needed to build a successful business while creating a sustainable lifestyle balance. We are here to help you prioritize yourself in business and life. I'm Joanna Newton.
And I'm Michelle Puolani. In this podcast, along with the Her First Collective, you can engage in the challenges women face in business, ways to increase your impact or income online, and how to make it all work while launching, scaling, or maintaining. Spoiler, it's not about perfectionism, hustling, or a copy-paste methodology. Let's dive in.
So if you aren't familiar yet, there are a lot of ways to make money online. And now more than ever, it is surprising to me when I hear about a new one, a different one, an interesting one. Just the other day, my husband was actually telling me about how people get paid to play video games online. That's all they do is on Discord or these other platforms, they just record themselves playing video games and people pay to watch them, or they get brand partnerships, have affiliate things and everything else. So it's surprising. There are a lot of ways to make money online. Today, we're specifically talking about what's called affiliate marketing. And in regards to a recent scandal that has hit news, permeated its way through the digital marketing space. And of course, we want to chat about it because we want to talk about the ethical concerns related to what has been said, what's happening, what we're seeing, and talk about some best practices, principles in regards to these marketing tactics and larger marketing efforts as you navigate your business and specifically in the online space. So let's go ahead and start with just a brief overview of what is affiliate marketing, assuming you've heard of it before, but if not, that's okay because we're going to break it down in a basic way. We'll probably do an episode just on affiliate marketing as a whole in a kind of a different vein, a different avenue, so that you have a better understanding of how you can leverage affiliate marketing in your business or leverage other affiliates to help promote your offers in your business. I think we should do a podcast episode about that. Joanna, note taken. So what is affiliate marketing? Well, it's a $20 billion industry. Why? Because it actually spans almost every single industry. There are so many opportunities to be an affiliate and sell things for someone else. So someone who is an affiliate earns commissions by promoting products to other people and then getting them to purchase or buy that product. It's grown incredibly with the advent of social media because we're having the opportunity to get in front of so many people. So as before, if affiliate marketing was more so your newsletter or talking to people, word of mouth referrals, getting in front of people with events. Now you have the ability to get in front of millions of people with a social media post, send them content through ManyChat or get them to click the link in your bio and move through that affiliate process. But affiliate marketing is really appealing to stay-at-home moms, aspiring entrepreneurs if they don't have their own products or programs to sell, and just ways in which they can leverage their platform and marketing without having the pressure of delivery. So as an affiliate, you essentially create a platform, a presence, you get in front of people, you run ads, you can do it organic, you can do it paid, and you send traffic through your special link that tracks, and then someone purchases and you get a percentage of that purchase. So there are some platforms like Amazon who pay out a very small percentage, maybe 5% of what it is that you're actually marketing and selling. And then there are other platforms like the company we're going to talk about today, Legendary Marketer, that pay up sometimes up to 50% of the product that you're selling for them. So there's a wide array of options when it comes to affiliate marketing. There are a lot of companies who participate in affiliate programs. A lot of them are very reputable. And so we're not slamming affiliate marketing today. We're not slamming Legendary Marketer, but we are going to talk about some of what's come up in terms of false claims.
And what's interesting is I don't necessarily consider, I don't think of myself as an affiliate marketer, but technically I am. I make income every single month from affiliate partnerships. Because as a service provider, if there are tools and things that I use, it benefits me to make a commission off referring them. So I currently have 3 affiliate partnerships that I currently make money on and plan to create systems to actually grow those over time because it benefits my business. Right now that income helps pay for my software subscriptions and those kinds of pieces of my business, which allows me to invest in other areas. Right? If I'm not paying every month, if I'm making a certain amount of month that covers my Kajabi subscription or a different software subscription, that's fantastic. And then I can invest that money in other things. So I currently make money as an affiliate partner of Kajabi, which is the platform that both Michelle and I use to create and sell digital products. I am an affiliate partner with a company called Assistantly. They provide VAs to people who need a VA, and they're honestly really a great partner of ours because when one of our clients needs a VA, we can refer someone to them and then make a commission for doing that. And then my third affiliate partner is a newer affiliate partner I'm actually really excited about is Monday.com. It's a project management software that we use actually to organize our schedule for Her First, but I also use in my business. When I'm working with clients and they're asking about how to keep things organized, I recommend Monday.com. I can set it up for them. Then I can make an affiliate commission for that sale. I'm helping the company, I'm helping myself. It's a kind of a win-win for everybody. And so there's a lot of great things about affiliate marketing. Then there's the more traditional route that people think of as someone with a blog, right? Selling things on Amazon, being an Amazon affiliate or things like that. It's kind of the more traditional route I think people think of. And then unfortunately, there's a world of potential scam companies, right, that are teaching you affiliate marketing. But what actually is happening is a little sketchy. And we'll go deeper into that today. But the thing that, I would leave with you when it comes to affiliate marketing and learning about affiliate marketing, if someone is telling you that something that sounds way too good to be true, it probably is. So if someone's saying, be an affiliate with me and you're going to make tens of thousands of dollars next month, it's probably not true. Business and finances and income, it takes time to cultivate and grow. And if you already have a following, you could send out your affiliate link and make $10,000 overnight. That is possible if you have the right audience and all of that, but it's not normal. Those things do take work.
And you've put the work in ahead of time to cultivate that audience. And that's a lot of times what people don't take into account. So I want to distinguish between affiliate marketing and an affiliate marketer. So we are business owners who have our own products and programs. We're coaches, we're consultants. We deliver a certain type of service and we have our own products and programs that we operate off of. In addition to, we supplement income with affiliate marketing. It's very different than someone who is, say, specifically an affiliate marketer who is only creating a platform and presence to sell other people's products. And again, this can be done in a totally and completely legitimate way. There are some really big names who make a predominant amount of their income off of affiliate marketing because they have secured very aligned partnerships. They've built their brand up, they connect with this person's brand, and then they're directing traffic into their course, their product, or their program. So again, affiliate marketing is not something we're saying is a bad thing. It's just about being mindful about the programs, products, and companies that you invest in to learn from, as well as the ethical practices of marketing that you are executing in your own business and the way that you are marketing your products and programs that you are an affiliate for. Being mindful of that as we move through this conversation. So let's focus on Legendary Marketer. So that is a company founded by Dave Sharp. They have the tagline of online marketing delivered simply and with integrity, which is kind of hilarious, but we'll talk about it more. So they teach digital and affiliate marketing, and they have a lot of courses and a lot of offers. So we did a little research, read some stories, learned more about Legendary to help us through this conversation, as well as I do know a couple people who have actually gone into Legendary and been customers or students of their products and programs. And what they offer is very robust. So what they have behind the scenes is a lot of teaching, videos, courses, step-by-steps on the digital marketing process, which can be your own content and programs, digital products. It can be affiliate products and programs. And they offer the coaching, they offer the courses, they have super, dynamic and supportive live events, which is very similar to how a lot of our other companies in the digital and marketing space operate. Again, nothing necessarily wrong there. However, when it comes to their own advertising and marketing avenues, that's where we're starting to see these issues. This is where they start you. It's a low ticket offer. It's a $7 15-day business builder challenge. However, as you move through that $7 initial investment in the course, what happens is an upsell very quickly and in a less than ethical way, as reported by testimonies of customers who are going through this experience and people who have become affiliates through this process. Having an ascension model and the way that you position your offers in front of people is important. Sometimes people need to get in with a low ticket offer to move into your higher ticket programs. Absolutely fine. So as they were getting into this 15-day course builder challenge that they'd invested the $7 in, what would happen is they would get on a call with a business advisor. And this business advisor would tell them, at least from what has been reported through the testimonials, is that in order to continue with the course and the program, they needed to invest in a $2,500 course, which was titled the Up-Level Blueprint. Typically, with the product or program offer that you're giving out to people or working with people from a low ticket perspective should be complete in and of itself, right? Whatever you're marketing or saying that they're going to accomplish in that offer, they should be able to do. And then do you position an offer at the end? Yes, absolutely, because you want to be able to help and support them more. You're not going to be able to change someone's life, transform whatever they're going through, and completely solve the problem with a $7 investment. That's not very typical. The way in which they were marketing that low ticket offer was not clear and felt like people were being deceived, and then that they were being forced into investing into that larger price point in order to make any money in the first place. So lots of people have had some mixed customer success, and most people have felt misled in that they weren't given all the information up front and that they were denied that continuation of the program if they didn't invest in the upsell altogether.
A couple of things that I think of when you're talking through this is that value ladders and kind of moving people through different stages as a customer is a very normal thing in digital marketing and in course creation and, the whole knowledgepreneur world, right? That this is very normal and can be ethical. And you hit the nail on the head, Michelle, when you said the offer that you have should deliver the promise that it gives. So I'll share an example of what might be a good value ladder. Say I was building a business around helping people grow on social media. Maybe I'd offer a $7 course about optimizing your Instagram profile, right? So I offer a $7 mini course that just teaches people how to optimize their Instagram profile. If I said to them, actually, this course doesn't do that, instead you have to buy a $500 session with me to do it live, that would be unethical, right? Because I'm saying you can optimize it for $7, but then you actually can't. Now, what would be ethical is, hey, come optimize your Instagram, profile with a $7 course. Done. Now you say, great, your profile is optimized. Now you need to figure out what content you have to post to continue to grow. Then I might offer a course on creating your content pillars and creating engaging content, right? That step makes sense because each of those offers has their own distinct value. If they walk away and they're done with that profile thing, they get $7 of value from that. Great. they can move on. Their profile is now optimized, right? And then if they want to keep working with you, there could be other options. The other thing that's really interesting, if you go to their website, and I do wonder if they've changed their website since all of the complaints came, because they look like a lawyer said to them, you have to say that you can't make claims on what people are making because it's everywhere. They're like, these results are not typical. You have to work really hard. Like they are laying it on thick on their website. I would imagine that there have been changes. There's a way. I always forget. Like there's a site you can go to go look at screenshots of websites on specific dates. That would be an interesting thing to go look at when their site changed. I'd imagine it was recent. But if you go to their website, it does not look like a scam. And I'll tell you that I have like a nose for sniffing out scam companies. Like when I look at companies, I'm like, are they legit? And I click around and figure it out. And honestly, their website looks, if they weren't laying it on so thick about them not being unethical, that's the red flag for me, how laying it on thick they are. But they look like they offer a lot of great digital marketing services that if you wanted to get into this, they could be supportive of that. Now, the red flag for me is the scam alerts and the other news articles from Googling outside sources. The website itself actually looks pretty legit and looks like they're providing good value to people on the outside, at least.
And knowing the people who have gone through this and kind of shared some of those things, again, it is a robust program from what we know behind the scenes. But I will say this piece before we move into kind of more of what we're chatting about here is that one of the ways in which they advertise and the course in which she was telling me about was, for example, if you are an affiliate for a health and fitness program or a supplement or anything like that, there was a rather large, hefty man filming the video and coaching and teaching this and creating a sales page that was not based on any real testimonials, any real photos, or any real content. It was basically just marketing to make someone feel like they could relate to what that person was going through and then selling them the supplement or selling them the product. I will say, what happens behind the scenes, although there is maybe likely some great content in terms of how to set up an online business and how to do digital marketing as a whole, there's still a question of ethics when it comes to how you're doing that, whether it is based on your personal experience or, again, client testimonials and case studies that have actually happened that you're not just pulling out of thin air and creating, again, out of thin air. So questionable on that front, and always ensuring that you have that with your brand and with your business, because what you're trying to do is create trust and create something that is long term, not just short term money, which I've seen a lot of. I've looked at a lot of different funnels and you can tell that it's just based on short term, like make as many sales as possible and give them the marketing information and language that they need to and want to hear as a customer, as a buyer, but not really fulfill on the promise. Something to keep in mind. So here's when things started to kind of unravel, because Legendary's been around for a long time. Affiliate marketing has been around for a long time. This is not new. But recently, over the past few months in 2024, what we started to see is certain affiliate marketers for Legendary receive criticism or speak out themselves about what is happening and about how they got sucked in or how they experienced a $7 program and then got upsold into the $2,500 program and how that was deceitful and kind of the process along with that. So I'm not going to say this person's full name because I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Kelsey Ouimet, like Ouimet. In any case, she would go as Chelsea the affiliate, which is mostly like, I don't know if you've seen a lot of this, Joanna, on social media, but usually you see like Terry the affiliate or Shania the affiliate or Sam the affiliate. And you kind of, you know what they're promoting if you're in this space and you kind of understand it. I think as someone who's an outsider, someone who's not aware of the digital marketing space, they see that, they don't have any idea what that means, but I see that and it's always a flag for, oh, they're marketing a course that they learned how to market the course from. So we'll talk about that kind of cyclical nature a little bit more. So this person, Chelsea the affiliate and Hustle with Chelsea, had over 1 million followers. The accounts are now unavailable, which I do think should tell you something about this whole process over the past few months, is that if someone took down their accounts, based on what was coming out in the news and the media, that there had to be some sort of lack of integrity in some way.
Someone did something wrong.
Someone did something wrong, because otherwise they would be out there, say, defending themselves or trying to figure the situation out. I will say that Dave Sharp filmed a video, and there is like a Setting the Record Straight page on their website that kind of shares that. So I don't see Legendary going away. Again, think that they have plenty of good, like, legitimate services to back up what it is that they do. I think they're just going to have to, like you said, like with a fine-tooth comb, go over their own marketing, as well as be more diligent with the affiliates that they are teaching and coaching to kind of change the methodology, change the practices there. But so this Chelsea, who is being, talked about in the news outlets and what's going on with everything that's happened in terms of the scandal, essentially has said, like, all you need is Wi-Fi, a laptop, your phone, work 1 to 2 hours a day. You can make $177,000 a year as a salary, typically as an affiliate marketer. I did that in 11 weeks. You don't have to invest a lot of time, but you get a high return. You can do this as a stay-at-home mom, like all of those things. And I watched some of her content because there are a lot of fake accounts that have repurposed and reused her content. I've been able to see that even though the accounts have been taken down at this point. And again, it's like, it's not that she's doing anything really that bad or wrong. Like, she is sharing her own experience. She's talking about her own situation. It's just kind of like painting everything with rose-colored glasses when that's not necessarily the reality of the situation. And so again, I think something to be mindful of and keep at the forefront when you're thinking about potentially investing in products or programs or looking at opportunities in the online space, because a lot of it can feel really hopeful, right? When someone says, I made $177,000 in 11 weeks, and here's how you can do it too, with no experience, just your phone and a little bit of time. Like, that sounds amazing. Like, yes, everyone wants in on that. And they've figured out and they've cracked the code on what is going to appeal to people and how to get in front of them and how to get them to invest in this low ticket offer and hopefully sell them into that upsell so that they can make money. So that is kind of like what I feel like brought this all about. There are a couple other affiliate marketers who are speaking out about this and what they've been through Legendary and how they're kind of navigating the situation as well.
Yeah, and I hear what you're saying, Michelle, with like, we don't even know if we don't know these people are scammers. Like, is interesting side note. This is an aside. This is a little aside. Is that, like, I have a company that does very similar things, and we're moving into digital products and all of that. So this is very interesting for me to watch and kind of analyze, because as a business owner who, like, could be the person on the page making the video about making the money creating digital products. This is very interesting to kind of go through. But it's easy to look at this and be like, oh, we don't know if Legendary Marketer itself are scammers or are bad. There's a really easy way they could prove that they are not scammers, and that would be to share their financials, where the money has come from and what is happening there. That would tell the entire story. And I think they haven't, from what I know. And I think that tells us a lot, because when you look at this potential business model, they have a website that's like, learn how to be a digital marketer. We're not going to give you claims. It's all ethical. It's all above board, right? Great. You buy a $7 challenge, you go through that, but you're buying that $7 challenge and then getting a Zoom call where someone's pressuring you into having to have a $2,500 course. And that $2,500 course teaches you how to sell their $2,500 course, right? And then you have all of these people who are then, okay, I've been taught to sell this $2,500 course. That's how I make my money. One of the articles I read said that you get $1,000 commission on that $2,500 course. So now these people have all of this pressure to go sell this course. They go out in the world, make the content with the claims, and that Legendary Marketer can wash their hands and be like, we didn't do that. Chelsea did. Chelsea's the one who made the claim. So then it's even more sinister when you think about who a lot of times the marketing of these types of programs is towards. It's to people who haven't gone to college, who are stay-at-home moms, who lost a job and need a side hustle. So you're marketing to people who are particularly vulnerable, who like need money, like desperately, getting them through a program saying, I'm not gonna make any claims because they have a legal team, right? They have a legal team. They're saying, become an entrepreneur, do this stuff. And all you're doing is making them more rich. Well, you're not actually building anything for yourself. There's a way to do affiliate marketer that's building something for yourself. Like Michelle, you were saying earlier, if you build an actual following for yourself and then have affiliate partnerships and affiliate marketing, you could do anything with that audience. You could someday make your own course. You could use that to start a monetized YouTube channel. You could get brand deals, right? If you're building an actual following for yourself. But if all you're building is Cheryl the affiliate, and all you're selling is this one course, all you're doing is making that one guy rich. You're not actually a business owner, and you're being sold that you are. I have a hard time believing that their intentions could be good. Again, if you showed me their financials, we would know really quickly, because if the majority of their money was coming from affiliates selling the $2,500 program that teaches you how to sell their program, if that's the majority of their revenue, then that's not okay. Now, if there are other programs and a lot of their students are going on to all different kinds of things, then it's above board. That would give us all of the information I think that we need to know.
One of the things that I think I struggle with is that I don't necessarily want to hate on anyone who's out there like trying to make a living for themselves, support their family, pay off their debt, and do their thing. So anyone who has become a customer or who is doing affiliate marketing online with social media, someone like Chelsea or someone similar, I don't want to disempower those people or say necessarily that they've done a bad thing by talking about their experience. Now, if you get into Legendary Marketer and then you talk about the fact that other people are making X number of money and that you can too, but you haven't necessarily done that for yourself yet, I think that's an ethical gray area that you might want to consider for yourself and say, is this the right thing for me to do? Even though someone else has had success with this and I've been told that they've had success with this, if I haven't necessarily had success with this, am I going to say that you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know? So I think being really thoughtful about those things, and again, knowing like what is the right option for you. Some of these business advisor calls, they were saying, at least what's been, again, shared by some of the customers and testimonials who have been through this experience of sell your car, do whatever you have to do. Like, it's going to be worth it. You're going to make so much money. And the person who's the business advisor who's on that call, guess what? They're getting paid for you getting into the program. And again, as a salesperson with commissions, that's not necessarily a bad thing in and of itself. But I think what the deeper issue is here, which we won't necessarily get into, is like we're all out trying to kind of make money. We're trying to support ourselves. We're trying to support our families. We're trying to support our lives. We're trying to grow this vision. And if you are in a 9-to-5 or you're not making that much money, or you are looking for a side hustle, or you are a stay-at-home mom, or you have all of these qualifying factors, right? Didn't go to college, struggling with debt, have a mortgage to pay off, like all of those things, it makes it very appealing. So the marketing tactics targeting you at that vulnerable time, again, is it ethical? I think someone needs to decide for themselves and decide how they're going to participate in it. So just being thoughtful about that for yourself and when you consume this type of content or share it or engage with it in any way. And so some of the things that are happening on a larger scale for Legendary Marketer, and I think that you should think about as a business, again, if you're thinking about the long-term implications of your career, of your business, and how you're going to grow over time, these are things that you can think about. Legendary Marketer is dealing with them, but it's something that you could deal with too in terms of feedback, review, criticism, or online, I don't want to use the term slander, but like online feedback, right? So if someone goes through your product or program and they post a video about it, responding to it and saying that they didn't have a very good experience, how are you going to manage that? Some of what Legendary is dealing with right now when it comes to BBB, the Better Business Bureau, lots of customers have gone on and written their feedback or the issues that they have with Legendary. And so BBB is definitely investigating the situation, and we'll see what happens with that. I don't know if the FTC is involved, but again, being thoughtful and mindful about what you're putting out into the online space, how you're marketing, how you're appealing to potential customers, and what it is that you're saying that you can actually do and deliver on. And then protecting yourself. I mean, definitely seek the legal processes for disclaimer, privacy policy, terms and conditions, like any disclaimers that come with income, especially, or anything like that. I know, like Joanna mentioned, Legendary has definitely upgraded this on their website. I don't know if it's changed or if they've always had it in place, but I know that they're doing a much better job now of basically being like, this is not a get rich quick situation, which is funny because that's exactly how it's marketed, and that most people should expect little to no result, which I'm sure that as a business advisor on the call, if you were talking to someone and you actually shared these things transparently with them, it would be less likely that they would buy into that $2,500 course altogether. So being upfront about it, being thoughtful, being ethical, and thinking about how you want to show up and what values you want to associate with your business and with your brand and how that shows up in your marketing and in your social content and on your website and in all the places.
One thing I think is always hard for me in these situations is companies that take advantage of people and companies that get false claims and companies that, really take advantage of people's well-being are one of my pet peeves. Whether or not, again, if you showed me the financials, I'll tell you, but we can't see them. So whether or not Legendary Marketer is doing anything wrong or sinister or scam-like is still up in question. But there are companies that do this. I think of like MLMs, right? And certain MLMs where you're only making money off your recruiting fees and no one is actually selling any product, moving any product. And they prey on certain people. And I think what it's hard for me, and this is a personal issue, is I think I struggle to talk about my success as a business owner because of them. Because it's hard for me to come out and, like, shout from the rooftops the things I've done for people because I don't wanna appear like a scammer. I've helped clients have 30, 40, 50K launches in a couple of days. You know what I mean? Like, this is something I've actually done, but it's not something I talk about a lot because I don't want it to look like I am, scamming people. And when I talk about it with clients, like, or potential clients, like, what sort of results can I expect to have? It's always with like, it depends on your audience, like what audience like I always qualify it and say, yes, you can make money. And we can, if we look at your leads and your email list and all of these things, we can tell you, but I would guess that I've lost clients to people who will make those claims to people. You know what I mean? Like when I'm talking to someone who doesn't have any social following and any email list, I won't tell them, yes, you can make money. I won't say that because they have to get the people. Now, if they already have an email list and I can run numbers and on averages, then can make a good guess for them. But if they don't have that yet, I'm going to say, go get your email list first, and then we can look at that. And I'm sure there are other people they're talking to that say, oh, yeah, you can make X dollars a month with a course like that. And I just don't think you can actually make those claims.
And I've hired people who have made those claims and have touted their success more than what is actually realistic for the business or where I'm at. And then they haven't followed through on that. So I think that in the coaching industry, in this digital marketing industry, unfortunately, there are so many situations in which people are being misled. And I have 100% been a part of that as well. Just keeping that in mind, being thoughtful and discerning as a consumer as well. Definitely being discerning is that we have to be really discerning about what we invest in, the products and programs that we're taking part in, and know that there is always going to be a level of effort that goes into this. Like, seriously, I've been doing this for a long time and I have met a lot of online business owners by this point, and I've seen behind the scenes of online businesses, and I have invested in a lot of products and programs with different coaches and different business owners and different creators. And there is a lot of value there, but simply because they had success with something doesn't mean that you are going to. Like, trust me, I would be in a very different place because I've purchased from people who have $10 million businesses. Like, I have done it. And it just doesn't guarantee the level of success that you're going to have. So every single situation is different, and you've got to be able to set your own expectations with a launch, with growing a social media presence, with affiliate marketing, with your own digital products and programs. Is like, you might just not nail it in the same way that someone else did. You might not catch the same wave. So there's so many factors to think about that we really can't look to anybody and say like, oh, you made $100,000, so I'm going to make $100,000 following the same process. Not typically going to happen.
And there's something actually before we move on to the next topic, I want to say that I think something that happens is when you're a business owner and as you earn more and more money, you kind of it's easier to make more money when you have money. Like, it just is. You know, as we've grown Millennial Marketer, we started out with $0. We didn't have any investment and we didn't invest ourselves into the company. We worked, we made money, we used it to pay our bills and invest back in to grow. As you have more money, it's easier to make more money. And that baseline of what you can make, it just like goes up, like as you build your business. So when someone makes some sort of claim, they know how to make 7 figures a year on 3 hours a week. When someone makes that claim, maybe they do, right? Maybe in that moment they do. But it's because at one point in their life, either they had a lot of money to start with that they built that business on by paying people and doing that, or at one point in their life, they were working 80 hours a week on their dream business and then grew it and got to one level and got to another and worked their way to the point where they can work 3 hours a week. I hope, I was talking to a friend this morning and I was like, I would like to go down to a 4-day work week one day. I'm not there yet, but that's a goal of mine, to go down to a 4-day work week without reducing my income. And I think I will get there, but I will get there because I'll have invested in my business, built digital products, built funnels that work for themselves so that I could work a little less without reducing my income. But it is a process. It is not like a overnight thing.
Not at all. And a lot of people who have success in their business now is because they've tried and failed in other businesses before. So if you actually start digging behind the scenes when someone has $100,000 a month in income, it's typically because they've been building up to that over a lot of time. They've gone through a lot of products, they've gone through a lot of programs, they've put a lot of offers out into the world and haven't had the traction or the success that they wanted to. And this is just the 10th, 11th, 20th iteration, or they've been doing this for 3, 5, 10 years. Lots of people, again, that I talk to, lots of business owners, it's like, oh yeah, I tried this and I tried this for a little while and I tried that and that didn't traction and that didn't happen and this made a little money, but then finally I hit on this one thing. So you have to iterate, you have to try. And I think one of the ways in which I got somewhat deceived in the beginning was thinking that the first official thing that I was going to launch in the online space was going to do hundreds of thousands of dollars. And maybe some people have that experience. Maybe. But realistically, no, it's just not true. And so I didn't have the right expectations when I first got started. I think I've talked about this before on the podcast, but there's an actress who, when being interviewed, said that when she was younger, because her family was in the industry, that her grandma told her that an actress has to go on average like over 40 to 50 auditions, I believe was the ballpark figure. So she had set the level of expectation for herself to not land any major roles within the first 5, 10, even 20 auditions. So on the 27th audition was when she actually landed her first big break or her first big role. You have to set the level of expectation. Thinking through that, if you are in initial stages, if you are in launch stages, if you are still figuring out your offer or even who you're going to sell to, or if you're thinking about starting a business, just knowing that that first business, that first offer, it might not take, and that's okay. So one of the things I want to highlight before we move on, again, is the issue that we see with this entire discussion is that there's a cyclical nature to what it is that's being sold. It's the same thing with master resale rights that kind of just gets me. Again, I don't want to disempower anyone's
Okay,
ability
I
to
don't
make
like
money.
master resale rights.
again, like, that's the thing is, like, we don't want to hate on anyone for what they're trying to do or what they're giving a go. Like, you know what? Again, if you've joined an MLM and you're doing your thing, if you are doing the master resale rights thing, doing your thing, as long as you're being incredibly transparent about it and incredibly truthful about what you're sharing, you do you. That being
I'll
said,
pause you. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, Michelle.
I know you are interrupting me, I'll say, but that's totally fine. Go ahead. I'm
I'm
fine.
sorry. I'm all riled up because I want to make something clear is that like the people doing the things are not the problem. It's like the system that's the problem. The person benefiting on creating the unethical system for people to make money. If you've gotten yourself involved and you're doing it ethically, good for you. Like you've found a way to make money. No problems there. But the person building the system that is unethical and you might not even realize when you get into it is unethical, that's the issue.
Yeah, so the issue is not the person who's necessarily doing their thing, trying to figure out how to make money, trying to make a living for themselves, their family, to support their lives. It really is the larger system, and it's the way in which the company is facilitating that. So encouraging affiliates to make false claims, that's an issue. In MLMs, having the recruited person focus more on recruiting and make money for the company in that way, and they know that, it's an awareness thing. So when the company, the business, the structure of what it is that you are a part of is intentionally misguiding you or other people to become a part of the business, that's where things get difficult. And that's where things get a little, like you said, sinister. In any case, keeping that in mind is, again, if someone on social media is saying that you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars just by getting this course, and then the course tells you that in order to make that money, all you have to do is sell the course, I just don't get it. Like, there's a breakdown in my brain where I'm like, why would you do this? This is so cyclical. You're not creating anything new. And as someone who does put a lot of time into products and programs and coaching and services, it's just kind of an affront. Like, it feels like that is the biggest cop out and just like a disappointing face of what it is that we do in the online space. And again, if someone is like, hey, if I can make money, it's easy. I'm good at social media. I don't want to create the products or programs. I don't want to deliver. I don't want to deal with the customer service. Again, I get that. And that's what's right for you. But for me, I just don't get it. There's a disconnect. And I just hate the cyclical nature of it because you're just telling someone that they can make money by getting the course. And then in the course, they tell you that how you make money is selling the course. And then it's just all you're doing is getting people to pay you to teach you how to get people to pay you. And it just doesn't make sense to me.
It makes no sense. And then there's also a reality is you're not actually building anything for yourself. Because the whole point of being a business owner, when you have a 9-to-5 job, you are working hard. So the company entity makes money. Right? That is what you're doing. If all of your money, say you join Legendary Marketer, and all you're doing is selling their course, it's not that different than a 9-to-5. They just don't have to pay you. Really? You're a commission-based sales rep. And that is all you are. And then they don't actually have any requirements of protection, any sort of employee relationship. They could change their business model tomorrow, your business would be gone. There's risk with running a business, but my business, as an example, say something happened with my business and a particular product or service that we offer was no longer relevant. Okay, that's only one piece of my revenue. That's fine. I'll add another product to make up for it, or I'll sell more into this other product, right? My business exists if something changes in the outside world, except if the internet went away. Like if for some reason the internet was gone, I'd be screwed. But that's a different story. I rely on that resource. But you have to, when you think about building a business, think about you need to build something that's yours instead of still just making money for the man. Because at the end of the day, if you're involved in an MLM or involved in something where you're just selling someone else's course, yes, you can make money. That's great for you. And if it's helping you feed your family, pay for your life, great. I'm not knocking that. But you're not building something that lives outside of that company's existence.
Well, one, if the internet went away, I think we'd have a lot larger problems. So that's what I always tell myself is like, if banking went away or if everything shut down, I'm like, comparatively, I would be like so low on the totem pole of things to be concerned about that I'm like bigger issues, right? But what you want to do is, again, think about the long term of what it is that you're doing, the presence that you're creating, the business you're building, the career that you're creating for yourself, and how you're aligning that for future opportunities. I mean, I can tell you that this Chelsea woman, I don't know what's going to happen with her opportunities in the future, whether she'll come back to the online space or whether she's like, I made enough money, we have it invested, like we're fine and I'm never going to get online again. Perhaps, or perhaps when she comes back online, she'll always be affiliated with Legendary and this issue or this scandal, and people won't trust her brand. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what will happen with that. So to kind of wrap up the Legendary discussion, they did put out a video and a page to kind of address this. They defended themselves, of course. How could you not? And then they emphasized their commitment to ethical marketing. And I feel like this seems like so deja vu. I feel like we talked about this on another day too. False claims. They definitely reiterated that their courses provide real value, which again, we're not saying that they don't. They're working with Better Business Bureau to address some of the issues and claims that customers have had. You know, I don't distrust them completely as a company. Would I buy from them? No, because they're not my cup of tea overall. Like I've seen their stuff before. Again, I know people who have been in the programs. I invest in other products and programs, and usually that's led by a very front-facing person. It's usually like one person surrounded by a company that preaches something a little bit different. And it's not to say that, again, they weren't sincere. It's not to say that they didn't have the best intentions. I do think that there is something to be said about getting spun up into this space. I think because people have a little bit of a diluted sense of things, I think that people have to use larger and larger claims in order to get people's attention. So instead of being like, hey, I made $3,000 online this month, they are saying, I made $100,000 online. That's a huge, huge difference. And I think that people are getting disillusioned to numbers. So like, whereas people used to market 6-figure businesses, people are like, man, 6-figure businesses, not that big of a deal. Okay, 7-figure businesses, I don't know. The way that it's being marketed all the time in the online space, it just feels like people need these like larger and larger claims or these really intense examples in order to possibly invest or take the next step. So it kind of feels like a little bit of a slippery slope. And I think that's where Legendary Marketer got away from itself in feeding into those claims, or at least allowing their affiliates to talk about those claims or to position and market themselves in a certain way, because ultimately they are a business. They need to sell to make money. And when certain tactics aren't working, and maybe the honest and ethical and integrity-based tactics that they were using weren't necessarily working because they didn't have the right copy, didn't have the right language. And so they shifted. And then they noticed, of course, hey, this is what's working. Let's continue down this path, because maybe some people are getting success with what they've done. And so they're feeding into that, but a lot of people aren't. Again, kind of weighing where you fit into that, how you as a consumer, when you're looking at products and programs, are doing the research, doing the due diligence to decide if this is a good fit for you. And then, of course, as a business, as a coach, as a consultant, as a content creator, what are you putting out into the world, and how are you going to stay ethical to your values and the way in which you want to show up?
Yeah, and I hope that the things that they've shared are true, that they're going to make, if there are things that are like sketchy about their business model, that they're going to change them. But I do think that when you put yourself in a role in people's life as coach, as mentor, advisor, whatever it is, that you owe your customers and your following true, honest support. If you're saying, come to me, I'm going to help you build a business, you owe them that you're going to help them build a business. And that if you're putting yourself in a position of authority, of mentorship, of leadership over someone, I think you owe that to those people as that business owner. And if you don't put yourself into that position, then you don't owe anyone anyway. But if, say, thinking about it in the health space, if the same thing was happening in the health space, and you're claiming that you're creating programs to help people lose weight, but your programs are not something that are actually helpful, scientifically backed, that's going to help someone lose weight, that's a very unethical thing to do, obviously, because you're putting yourself in that position of coach, of mentor.
And so we have to kind of look as a personal brand as a coach, as a practitioner, what are we willing to show up with? What are we going to use in our client case studies and testimonials? How are we going to position ourselves in our marketing and in our offers? So I think a deeper dive into this for yourself is important to reflect on and think about. So as we think about this on kind of like a larger, broader perspective, narrative, here are some things to kind of keep in mind is that this is not the first marketing scandal to grace our podcast. We've talked about them before and we'll continue to likely see them, especially as the FTC, Better Business Bureau, hopefully, and customers become more discerning over time. So I think people are more willing now than ever to speak up about their situation and not just go unheard, whereas someone might have previously been embarrassed about an investment that they made and felt like they got scammed, so they don't want to share it and talk about it. Now it's like, no, I'm going to put this out into the world. I'm hearing of this happening to other people. I don't want it to happen to other people. I'm going to share it and make it known. And then, unfortunately, I do think that this is negatively impacting the larger affiliate marketing space and the digital marketing space, right? When we have companies like this who kind of give a bad face and a bad name, like Joanna, you said, you don't necessarily want to put certain claims out into the world because so many companies, so many businesses have used those claims and have not delivered, but also have kind of like marred the face of digital marketing and affiliate marketing because of their tactics, which is unfortunate because then the other people who are out here legitimately trying to support, help, grow, create businesses, create opportunities, and do this again as a career, as a lifestyle, as a choice, it makes it more challenging for those people, which is difficult. I do think that, again, consumers are becoming more discerning and less trustworthy now than ever. So having true, authentic connection in your personal brand is powerful and palpable. And people are going to continue to want to buy from real people doing real things with honesty and integrity baked into what it is that they do. And I think with a lot of AI content creation and AI accounts and AI businesses, I think that people are going to lean into human quality now more than ever before. So again, letting that kind of drive what it is that you're doing and how you're showing up in the world. And then just encouraging you to really share your products, programs, offers ethically. Do that in the best way that you can. Yes, you want to use language that is compelling. Yes, you want to get people in so you can change their lives. But I think honestly, the best way to do this, we've talked about this before as well, is that translation of enthusiasm in your sales. If you can be so wholeheartedly in love with your products, your programs, your offers, and you know that it's going to change someone's life if they implement, if they work with you, then share that and let that be the driving force as opposed to saying, oh, you're going to get something on the other side and you don't feel as aligned with that when you're selling or when you're marketing. And then setting realistic expectations for yourself, for your customers, for your clients, for your students, and how they're engaging with you and when you're purchasing. So thinking of this as a consumer and as a business owner as you evolve in the affiliate digital marketing space and bring what you have to offer to the world in a really aligned and intentional way.